What's happening, Magnusites?
I'm Akasan.
We're gonna watch the honest trailer for Justice League today. It's about time they bash on Justice League, huh?
Yeah, your #1 movie of 2017.
I really did like it. I really did enjoy the hell out of it. But hey, I'm sure an honest trailer will be really funny, considering they did not really care for it. Oh, by the way, Patron of the Day shout out today for J. Tay.
Somewhere between the awful Suicide Squad and the excellent Wonder Woman, a new DC movie will get it sorta down the middle. But when the best comic book characters ever unite for a film that's just okay, you blew it! Again! How does this keep happening? Justice League. In the midst of a production beset by tragedy, Warner Brothers bravely forged ahead so executives could keep their bonuses, mixing Zack Snyder's trademark gloom with the optimism of Joss Whedon and the priorities of Brett Ratner's production company.
Oof, you're gorgeous.
That results in its own signature blend of orange. Lots and lots of orange.
Yeah.
Man, I wish they'd released the Snyder Cut. Also, man, I wish the Snyder Cut wasn't a made-up fanboy pipe dream. It's a film that looks like it's being rendered right before your eyes, where the CGI villain steals these CGI boxes from their CGI hiding places, uniting the CGI heroes in a big CGI fight on a CGI battlefield until the CGI hero merges with his CGI box, while the CGI villain gets punched in the mouth by the hero with a mouth made out of CGI.
Yes, ma'am.
Ugh, that just looks wrong. Meet the
I still
Justice
can't
League,
really tell.
a bunch of sad losers.
Lucky
Want to be left alone. If you stay up here brooding, you'll be processing. Oh, I wouldn't count on the tribes of men.
I need friends.
Who occasionally make jokes now.
Dostoevsky.
There's Wonder Woman, the three-dimensional hero turned into girl hung up on her ex.
I lost someone. When it's your fault, they're all slave traffickers.
Poseidon, king of the
Poseidon.
Cyborg, who's there.
Booyah.
Spider-Man, who in this movie goes by the Flash. Superman, and God, mouth is so distracting. Poor Henry Cavill worked out for months for this role, but all I can look at is weird fake baby mouth. They really couldn't just shave his mustache, or grow a beard, or, delay the movie? And of course, Batman. He may not be that tough. Or that smart.
So your genius move is dying.
Or that careful with his secret identity.
Dressed like a bat. You're out of your mind, Bruce Wayne.
Bruce Wayne.
You're the Batman.
That's a bad signal. That's your...
Oh,
Sorry. That's your signal.
but. Wait, there's no but? That's a shame. He was the best part of the last one. The arrival of Steppenwolf, DC's scariest horn-helmeted minor god villain with a giant bladed weapon since the movie right before this one. He's got a generic look, a generic motivation,
He lived only to conquer.
and super generic dialogue.
Find the last one. Its power will cleanse this world. You're all too weak to see the truth. I am the end of worlds.
But no character since Buster Bluth has ever been this much of a mother lover.
Mother, I know, mother. Praise to the mother. I see, mother.
What the hell is that?
These are my words, Mother. From Army.
How is it possible they ripped off everything from the Avengers except the good villain? Come on, Joss. It's not stealing if you do it from yourself. After all the intricate plotting of Batman v Superman, check out a sequel that says, whoops, never mind, pretending Batman knew Clark Kent for more than 15 minutes.
I'm a teenage Clark.
Pretending the villain didn't hate Superman before he died.
So much bitterness. Of course, I think it's all because he's gone.
And pretending that bizarre Flash Nightmare sequence never happened. I mean, that was clearly meant for when this movie was going to be a two-parter, right? So where the Avengers felt like the end of the beginning for the MCU, experience DC's big team-up movie that just kind of feels like the end, where they emptied out their Easter egg cupboard, united all their biggest superheroes, and tried everything they could to make it look like they still cared.
You know you can't do this forever.
I can barely do it now.
It's a shame, too. They were just starting to take some real steps toward heroism.
Save one. Save one person.
Okay, baby steps. Starring A wad of tinfoil scrunched around a laser pointer.
What?
Jason Moana, the Dark Night Owl, the DCEU Hunger Games champion, Super Side-Eye, the voice of Warner Brothers.
We might not have thought this through.
Deadpool. I mean, Deathstroke.
Deadpool.
Smash Mouth. Spider car, does whatever a spider car does. Oh, Miles Dyson, when will you learn? Mike Pence. Speeder Parker. And a recast Luther? Hey!
Care for a glass of Goudet Diamant?
Aw. And not starring. Trailer shots and
Oh, here we go. I was waiting for this.
Aquaman consumed by water. Cyborg as a human in a Letterman jacket. The I didn't think you were real scene.
Didn't think you were real. I'm real when it's useful.
Cyborg fighting a tank and talking to a cop.
You should probably move.
Flash fighting a parademon. Cyborg is a human playing football. The original blue color palette end sequence. Bruce looking at holographic Superman. Barry breaking glass. Alfred talking to a mysterious visitor.
You said you'd come.
And Lois and Clark discussing their engagement.
I'll take that as a yes.
What?
Warner Brothers presents Joss Whedon, Zack Snyder's Justice League, Part 1 of 1. So, why does everyone in this movie have super smelling?
Fear. I can smell it.
The demons must have caught the scent of a mother box.
The scent is on you.
You could smell a story.
You recognize that smell?
You smell good.
Did I not before?
I never thought I noticed that.
Burrito.
Smells.
Dude, my hammer just got nailed. Elon Musk will create Skynet. Sweet dreams are made of cheese. Who am I to disagree? I cheddar the world in a feta cheese. Everybody's looking for Stilton.
Oh man.
Whatever, guys. The movie's still a total blast in my mind. I still have a great time when I watch that film. I think it's one hell of a Saturday morning cartoon.
Oh yeah, fair. That's a good way to enjoy that movie.
The thing I can really get on board with the most, how lackluster Batman is in this film.
Yeah.
Especially when he was the best part of BVS. And then in this film, I don't know, Ben Affleck just really seemed like he didn't give a shit. Especially during the scenes where you could tell it's a reshoot.
Reshot
where he's like
scenes,
super bloated. I'm
puffy.
surprised they didn't point that out. How like bloated he is in the obvious reshoots.
Yeah.
So I was waiting the whole trailer for like, where's all the stuff where they'll make fun of all the scenes that were not in the trailer. So,
I didn't realize just how many of those.
Really?
Like, there's so much, yeah.
Oh no, this is why people want a Snyder cut, because there's so many scenes that are not included in here. And it seems like they just trimmed down certain scenes, because when you look at that one scene where they're talking about the engagement ring, like that scene is kind of in the movie. Yeah, it seems like they trimmed it up or something.
Brief, I'm feeling all right. It's good to be back, and we're back on the plot.
I just can't notice his baby face that everyone keeps pointing out. I don't see it. I don't know why. I feel like I'm stupid or something, but I just can't notice it.
That particular close-up shot is one of the better ones because it is like a direct close-up on his face. But yeah, at least for me watching it, there were a couple of scenes where I was like, oh, your mouth doesn't look like a real person's mouth.
And they also talk about Cyborg as if he's not anything in the movie, but he was one of the standouts to me.
Cyborg was one of my favorite characters. I remember him in The Flash.
Yeah, I mean, Flash is like the Peter Parker of this. Cyborg here, I didn't think he was like irrelevant or useless or just there. I thought he was one of the better parts of the film.
Yeah, he's one of the characters that was actually kind of on pitch for me, who I didn't mind meeting in this movie.
I love that line of whatever they say about Wonder Woman.
Oh god, taking like a three-dimensional hero and making her just hung up on her ex-boyfriend.
Yeah, because that is something I always forgot about when the movie was done. But every time I saw it in the film, like, it's been decades. You're still not over.
Like you've lived for so much history now. You've got to have moved on.
You got to have moved on at some point.
The first human dude you met.
Maybe we could talk forever about how terrible Steppenwolf was. Yeah, Steppenwolf was pretty awful.
Yeah, it's all generic. The huge abundance of CGI. That sequence where he's just talking about like watching a CGI villain with a big CGI sword steal CGI boxes from a CGI stronghold and then have a CGI fight.
Who needs practical effects, John. Practical effects aren't worth it.
Hey man, that arguably all that CG enhances the cartoony sheen that the movie gets by on.
Exactly. Thanks for defending my point that I did not think of anything.
Any old time, but especially I'd be curious to see. The thing about this is like I'd be curious to see a Snyder cut to see like what things were supposed to look like, because like that whole red ending, I'd be curious to see what that looked like as a blue ending. You know, they point that
It's
out.
just a darker Snyder version of it.
Yeah.
Joss Whedon came in to lighten things up. Mix in Zack Snyder's gloom with Joss Whedon's optimism. And one of my favorite parts of this, when they point out how takes place right after BVS. And there's so much inconsistency with how Justice League is playing out, which obviously came in the terms of reshoots and rewrites after the response to BVS. Superman, the world's falling apart because Superman's dead. When in BVS, everyone seemed to hate Superman.
The second movie just seems like life sucks if you're Superman. No one likes you. No one's happy you're around. And you're not happy.
Bruce never had a moment of real conversation with Clark still. If Bruce was only focused on getting back Superman to defeat Steppenwolf, that would have been one thing. But there are scenes in the movie.
The team who's never met Clark needs Clark.
Those elements. I don't remember him being best friends with Clark in BVS.
That's one of those things that's just because I think the plot needs it too.
And the other thing with the time travel sequence with Flash and BVS, which is clearly meant for the Justice League movie, that just gets completely ignored.
He even looks, they changed the design and everything.
Yeah, because Flash here in the BVS scene, he has like long hair. It looks like they've been in war for a while or something like that.
Kind of haggard. It almost looks like he's got some stubble going on or something.
Or maybe in Justice League they prevented it from happening, and that's why none of this had to take place, because Lois was the key to getting Superman.
There you go.
Because in BVS, they has a dream sequence where Superman's gone bad, and then he's killing people, and he's about to kill Batman, and then Flash shows up saying Lois is the key. So maybe because they got Lois to get Superman to be good guy again, they prevented all this from happening. You gotta think these things through.
Yeah, that's it.
You gotta justify.
I think that's
justify
intentional.
the justice.
I think that's what they wanted. Eventually, we'll try and go back and make a prequel movie explaining just this one scene.
Well, Screen Junkies, thanks for making this. This was some really funny shit right here. Patron of the day shout out for JT. JT, the man from Hawaii, as we like to call the guy. I think that you could be part of the next Justice League, my friend.
Definitely.
You could be the Asian edition that the Justice League really needs. You could be the first big Asian superhero. What Chadwick Boseman has set the bar for black superheroes in movies, you could set the bar for Asians, and that could be DC's new thing. You think about it. DC gets Wonder Woman. Marvel gets Black Panther. Then you could be the Asian guy. I'm thinking an Asian Lobo. I think you could be in Michael Bay's Lobo and be the next big Asian comic book character.
Oh, yeah, because you're such a loudmouth, always making the irreverent jokes, chomping on cigars and whatnot, not giving a F.
You're not quiet, just listening to us ramble during the Google Hangouts. You just don't shut up. That is who Lobo is.
Don't change.
Don't ever change, man. Keep that motor mouth running, because that's what you do best, my friend. And also, how are the girls in Hawaii, man? You must get so many girls. Girls in Hawaii, I imagine, are all fit and beautiful and dark-skinned.
Yeah, man. Laid back. Yeah. Mellow. Covered in suntan lotion at all times.
And doing this all the time?
Yeah, just always in a perpetual hula. It's actually quite painful. Can never stop.
You can't stop huluing.
How do we get out of here?
You guys can subscribe to The Real Rejects. Click that notification bell. Catch you on the flippity flip.